Romeo and Juliet, Act 3, Scene 2. Juliet waits impatiently for the night to come so that she can see her beloved Romeo, who she just got married to.
Oh, Romeo, I love you so much, and I hope that we can be together forever, even though I don't really know you because we just met.
Then in comes the nurse with terrible news.
Juliet, I have terrible news. Tybalt killed Mercutio, and then Romeo killed Tybalt in revenge. Now he's banished from Verona to Mantua. That is terrible news. Wait, what does banished mean?
The nurse says,
Banished means that he can never come back.
Then Juliet goes all emo.
And she says, No, I can't take it. Tybalt's death is bad enough. But Romeo being banished is the mother, father, Juliet and Romeo all dead at once. Oh, I can't take it. I'm going to kill myself.
And the nurse says,
No, don't do that. I'll go to the friar and see if he can help us. Maybe I can find Romeo before he leaves. Good. Take him a ring so that he'll know I love him.
Romeo and Juliet, Act 3, Scene 3. Romeo has just showed up at the friar's, although he's not regular Romeo. He's emo Romeo, because he has just taken his revenge on Tybalt for killing his best friend, Mercutio. Romeo's really upset, and it gets even worse, because the friar says, Romeo, I have terrible news. You have just been banished by the prince because of your bad decision to kill Tybalt.
Oh man, that is terrible news,
Romeo says. And then it gets even worse. The nurse shows up, and she says,
Romeo, Juliet just can't live without you. She's so upset.
After hearing that his love, Juliet is upset too. Romeo says, Oh, I can't take it anymore. And he pulls out a knife. He says, I'm going to kill myself because I'm so upset. Both the nurse and the friar go,
No, Romeo, don't do it.
And the friar says, Romeo, this is what we'll do. You go ahead to Mantua, and I'll get the prince to pardon you while you're gone. And then the nurse says,
But Romeo, don't forget. You have to stop by Juliet and use the rope ladder to see her. Otherwise, I'm afraid she'll be too sad and she might kill herself while you're gone.
So Romeo agrees. He's going to go to Mantua and wait for the friar to send word to him that he can come back, but first he's going to stop by Juliet. Act 3, Scene 4. We're at the Capulet mansion. Here's Lord Capulet and Count Paris. Count Paris has come to talk to Lord Capulet and to console him for his loss, but also to talk about marriage. Count Paris says, Oh, yes, I understand that because of your loss, this is no time to be talking about marriage. And Lord Capulet says, That's nonsense! This is the best time to talk about marriage. It'll take our minds off of all this sadness. When should you get married? Well, I don't know. It seems kind of sudden. How about on Thursday? In 3 days? Well, that would be wonderful. Now Juliet has a really big problem. She's double booked. Romeo and Juliet, Act 3, Scene 5. Romeo has stopped by Juliet's place like he promised, and now they are saying their goodbye.
I love you. I love you too. I love you more. I love you more. Will you write me every day that you're gone?
I'll write you every minute that I'm gone. I won't miss an opportunity.
Will we ever meet again?
I have no doubt. I love you.
I love you too. I do.
And so Romeo climbs down the ladder, and he's gone to Mantua. Right, Romeo has just left, and they've said their goodbyes, and Juliet's a little sad. In comes her mom, and she goes,
Oh, Juliet, I have the most wonderful news. You're going to marry Count Paris in 3 days on Thursday. Isn't that wonderful?
And then Juliet says,
I'm not going to marry Count Paris. I don't love him.
And then in comes Lord Capulet. So, wifey, did you tell her the wonderful news?
Yes, I did, but
she refuses to marry the Count. Nonsense! This is the best time to have a wedding. Why won't she do it? I don't love him. I will not have such a disobedient daughter, he says. If you don't marry Count Paris, then I will disown you.
What? What does that mean?
That means I will put you on the streets and you will no longer get any of my money.
What? That is terrible news. You can't do
mother, please, please. I will not have a disobedient daughter. Unless you marry Paris, I will disown you. He storms off. He says, mother, please. I will not have such a disobedient daughter, she says. She storms off. So Juliet looks to the nurse. Oh, nurse, what should I do? And the nurse says, well, Juliet, if I were you, I would marry Count Paris because he's the better man anyway. He makes Romeo look like a dishclout. That's a dishcloth. And then Juliet says, is that what you really think? Yep, that's what I really think. Well then, please go tell my parents that I'm going to go to the friar and come back a better daughter. The nurse says, I think that's a wonderful idea. Good for you. And she goes off to tell the Capulets about Juliet's change of heart. But really, Juliet has gone all emo, and she actually thinks, I will not marry Count Paris because I'm married to Romeo, who's my lifelong love. If I don't get this figured out, I'm going to kill myself, because I can't think of a better way to solve my problem.